Yes, before understanding today's concepts, let's try to recollect it what we had it yesterday, and then we go ahead to this with today's objective. Yeah, so far, if we just conclude that the main on the Python side, which we're trying to understand using the different editors, that is Jupyter Notebooks or PyCharm or a normal CLI based how do we use the Python. Or you can use it normal text editors also to implement the Python scripts. Yes, that was one concept. Then we started defining that the one by one statement that is about print options, and then understanding especially the data types, the variables defining, yeah, variables with the data types like integer data type, float data type, the Boolean. And now we are in that understanding of the strings data types. Yeah, so there are like the so far, but string, still we have the some more points. But before before the talking about the remaining points, let me conclude about that string so far what we discussed on the string data type. Yeah, we were understanding this on the string indexes. Yeah, string is a sequence of the characters. All these sequence of the characters, it is going to manage that as a list. So with the list, how it is going to have it with index numbers, right? So it starts from the 0 and it ends that's length of that string -1. That is about index numbers. Even the space is also the character in the string. Yeah, 0 to n -1. Good. So that's understanding. But how do we get it that the string, the character is? Yes, we are talking that index numbers. Yes, we can use it the 0 to n -1, or we can use it in the reverse way also. That is with the minus negative representation. So -1, which is the last character, then -2, last but 1, -3, last but 2. So like this, we can represent in negative index also. Yeah, that was the first indexing. Then we were talking about the slicing. Slicing is kind of substring. How do you get it that? Yeah, you have the string from the string. So if you need that substrings to get into that, yes, how do we get that substring of the string? As we are understanding, this is the list. So in this list of the characters, we can specify that start index. Where do you want to start it? Start position, colon, and end position of that index number. So up to how many characters do you want that? That is end index, but it is exclusive. So this is start index is inclusive and end index is exclusive. Exclusive is nothing but +1. You need to specify that. Suppose I need to have that up to 10th index number. Then I need to specify that 11. Yeah, there is a slicing concepts also which you are understanding that. Yeah, you can start from the 0 and if you don't specify that after the colon, that is all that, full length of the string. But you can restrict it up to which index number. That is second. What about the third one in the slicing? Total 3 characters we have. 3 positions we have, 3 arguments we have in this slicing. First one is start index. Second one is end index. And the third one is increment. Yeah, by default, increment is going to use it 1. But if we need it like alternative numbers or the position based, that is 3 position or the 4th positions, like yeah, if you need it, then you can define this increment option. Yeah, in this in the list, this is the list, right? Yeah, in the list slicing, that means substrings, we can get it by specifying the start index, colon, end index with exclusive, colon, and increment. Yeah, this was some examples which we are understanding that. And then we were started understanding about some functions or inbuilt functions of the string. That is uppercase, you can convert it to lowercase, you can convert it, or you can use it. Is it alphanumeric, or is it a digit number, or is it alpha number? Yes. Is it, we have so many, right? So if you'd like to know that, so what all different ease numbers are available is, so how do you get it? Sorry. Yeah, you can use it dot representation. Okay, this is a commented line, right? Yeah, you can use it text dot. So is, yes, these are all like all numeric or digit or alpha or ASCII or lower or uppercase, or is it having this, is it space? So you can use it these the methods which are helping about it to return the Boolean values. Yeah, if you see this any function or method which starts with is, that is about Boolean. We are going to verify that evaluation of the string. Yeah, those are all some methods we are trying to understand it. But on the base of the requirement, you can find that the function and you can use it. But you don't need to remember that all these functions. But understand that how do we reuse the functions. Then finally, there's some more functions which are understanding that. Yes, you can identify that the particular position, the string, that string, is it available or not? That means starts with, ends with. Yes, like you can specify that by default starts position is 0 index number. So the particular string has been started with that string or not, or a particular string has been ended with that, the particular string or not, or you can specify that the particular index number also. By default, it is going to use it 0th index number. Sorry. By default, it uses that 0th index number. So this is, so the word or the string which starts with the percentage. Then if it is started with the percentage, then it returns true, otherwise it will be false. Or if you have this any specific index number to such a string, starts with, yes, we can use it that index number also. Yeah, these are all some other functions on that to such a string that is starting with or ends with. Are you clear about all this stuff? So just type that the clear in the chat window, or if you have any queries, questions, please let me know before moving to that. Some more concepts understanding from the strings itself. Because these are all basic things. The next the modules or any kind of yes, the frameworks you are learning about it. Yes, these are all basics are going to helping that. And even whenever you are planning to attend that interviews or you are going to that attempt the written test, they ask you on the basics, not on that like frameworks. So if you are strong on all these points, then you can easily clear about that, about your interview or written test. Fine, good. So let's move to that. Some more methods we have. Let me conclude that those methods on the string, because these are all like a data model. So if you'd like to become the more strong on the data model, so how do you parse the strings, or how to get the substrings, how do I identify the strings, or how to find the strings? Yeah, these are all like a data modeling point of view, the very, very important data types. Strings. Next, we are going to talk about the list, tuple. These are all also very important. Okay, so next concept, what we are going to talk about it, searching a string. Searching inside the string. Okay, let me define in this way. So we have the string already. In that string, particular string, is it available or not? Substring, is it already or not? We need to check it that. But how do we check it about that particular string? So is it having the substring or not? Okay, so you are asking that like ends with, right? Yeah, I mean, so this is a starts with which always going for that zero index number to that n number, that is left to right. But ends with, that means suppose my string has been ends with particular I mean word or not, I need to check it that. So how I can check it that my string has been ended with suppose we are managing about in the strings or string formats or data formats, we are ending with the string hyphen. If the sorry ash, if the ash is there, that means the string has been ended. That is the indication which were defined. But you need to verify that my string has been ended with a hash or not. How do you verify that? You can just specify that. So that the string dot ends with. So what we are verifying that? Hash. Then if you remove that index not required here, then if you remove this and if you go for it, yes, if it returns it true, that has been ended with, my string has been ended with hash. Or suppose if I'm going to verify that like a percentage, but my string has been ended with the percentage. No, right? That is a false, we got it. But my string contains a percentage. You see that in this string percentage is available, but it is not ended with the percentage. Are you clear about that? Ends with function. So if you have this any particular position of it, then you can specify that index number. Suppose I need to verify this at particular 12th position, 12th index number. My string, is it having this string it or not? It has been ended with this or not? If I verify that, no, it is not ended. So you can specify the particular index number, and in that particular index number, the string has been ended or not. And starts with is nothing but my string has been started with this string, I mean with this substring or not. Or if you have those any specific index number, and you can specify that index number as well as. Is it clear? Okay, so now let's move into that setting inside a string. Suppose I have this sentence, and the sentence is that having that substring, like you can specify that the particular character, or I can specify that substring like is or something percentage. Now here starts with ends with what we are trying to do, that is starts with ends with we are working with that particular position the string has been started or not. So whatever the string we would like to set it, the particular string, is it started in that particular position or not? Either that is 0th index number or so on so XYZ index number, you can specify that. But now we are trying to understand it. I need to search the string where the particular string is it available or not. Suppose in this string 1, 2, 3, 4 is it available or not? Or RNS is it available or not? I need to check it that. Irrespective of that index numbers. So in this entire string, RNS string, substring, is it available or not? We need to check it. Suppose you are using the grep command in the Linux, if you remember that. You have the string, within the string particular pattern, is it available or not? That is a grep in the Linux. But in the Python, how you are going to check it about that? If you have the string, that string, is it having that substring or not? Yeah, we can use it. So let me try to print that. That is, what is this? Yes, this sentence, is it having that the substring or not, we can check it with that substring. Suppose I'm looking about it, RNS. Is it available RNS? No, right? And here two commands we have, sorry, two functions we have that in the string, two such particular substring. One is index, second one is find. So find is also one more, the function. There are the two functions which we can use it to set inside that the substring. But what is going to return that? Let me try to run this program. Okay, we got it some error saying that, okay, these are all the true, these are statements. Okay, I'm just going to comment this. That is starts with, ends with. Now let me rerun it once again. But now we got it, yes, like a value error, substring not found. In which is statement we got that error? Yes, in this Python file, line number 14. Where is that line number 14? Here. This is the analyzation. So how you can understand that the errors. Yeah, clearly it is saying about it in this Python file, line number 14. Yes, you can go to that line number 14. Okay, index function. So print sentence dot index RNS. So substring not found. So it is returning error. So index, what is that index function is doing is, if the substring is not found, it is throwing error. But if I comment that index, and if I use the find function, understand that is difference between the index and the find. So index was returning that error, it is throwing that exception, but find function, it is saying that -1. -1 is nothing but this substring is not found. But index was returning that error. If the string was not found, index is returning that error, but find is returning that -1. Okay, now let me give that the valid string. What is the valid string? Okay, I need to check it about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it available 1, 2, 3, 4 here? I would like to use it the both methods. So finally, conclusion is to search inside, to search a string inside a string, what all the functions are available in the Python is, you can use it index and find. There are the two functions. But index, what it is doing is, if the substring is available, now the substring is available, what it is returning? Let's see that. Yes, it is returning that index position. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is available in this sentence or not? In this string or not? Yes, that is available. But at which position that is available? The position of the index number, it is returning that. Now let's see that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this is 13. So the position of that index number, yes, that is the 12th position index number wise, it is returning that. Okay, now this substring is available in that particular index number. Even the find is also written the same value. Yes, it is identified the substring in this string. At which index number? That is a 12. So index and find both are helping to search inside a string. But if the string is found, index is going to, index and finds are returning that the position of that string, that is index numbers, it is returning that. But if the string substring not found, suppose if I'm going to give that RNS is not available, then what is the difference here? Index is going to throw error, but find is going to return that -1. Are you clear about this? This is a difference between the index and the find. Which one is recommended out of these two? to such a string? Yeah, if you have the clarity on, or if you have this that like the confirmation about that substring is available, but the substring index number I need to get it, then use that index. But you don't have the guarantee whether there's my string is it available in this in this string or not. If you have this kind of the scenario, then you can use it about that, the find function. Are you clear about that? Suppose if I use it is has been available at this index number and as well as at this index number. Now what it is going to return that? Can you give me that answer? What it is going to return that? Now these two print statements, what it is going to return that? Is substring, is it available or not? That's such, it is going to search the string. Yes, is it available? So whenever it is available, here it is going to return that index number. What is that index number? That is a 2. Yeah, why the find is going to return that -1 is nothing but that is like the representation. So -1 internal, the development of the Python team, what they have done is, if the string is not found, how the value they are returning that? They are not returning that complete string not found. They are going to return the error codes. What is the error code for, the string is not available is -1. That is internal. The Python defined that standard codes. -1 represents no string is available. That is a standard code from the Python designing of that function. As per that function. Which function? There is a find function. Are you clear on this? Searching a substring with index and find. Type that yes if you are okay with that. Now starts with, ends with. That is about particular position, the string you are searching that. But in that entire string, my substring, is it available or not? If you'd like to check it, use that find command. But sometimes yes, index also recommended. Yes, the which one is better is find is better. But if we need that particular index with handling the errors, then you can use it index. Index is going to throw return error, right? But find is not going to return the error. So it is returning error code, that is a -1. So if you like to catch the exception, use the index. And if you do, if you need that error code, if the string not found -1, if the string is found that index number, then you can use the find. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so good. So let's move into that. There's some more the points on these functions, that is about joining a string, splitting a string, or sorting a string. So I'm going to use that one more new Python file here. That is joining. So what we are going to talk about this is string, joining, splitting the string, and sorting a string. Yeah, how do you join a string? Or how do you split the string? Or how do you sort a string? Normally we got it already. If you have the two strings, how do you join it? if you have the two strings, suppose I have that str1 equal to something hello and str2 that is equal to how are you? How to join a string? The print str1 plus, yeah, by using plus str2. So this is joining operation in the arithmetic way we were talking about it. Yeah, hello, how are you? We are getting that. And you can use the space here and you will get that. Hello, how are you? But string itself is having that one join function. Yeah, you can use it this approach, but the string itself, as we are talking about that methods which are available from the strings. So one more function which is available is join. Suppose I have that empty string and a dot, if you go for that, you can use it join. So join the string. But whenever you are joining a string, so it is going to expecting about it. You see that it is expecting about it to the list attribute. That means you are joining the string is nothing but are you going to pass that only one string? No, right? That is a combination of two or more. You need to pass it. Yes, which strings do you want to join that? All the strings you need to pass it. If you're talking about it, two or more strings are nothing but that is a two or more elements. That means you need to use the list of all the strings which you would like to join it. You need to pass it that. So it is saying this iteratable. So this join function, so what are the list of elements you are going to pass it? It is going to iterate it one by one and it is going to concatenating that. That is it. It is going to use the plus notation internally. Yeah, suppose if I specify that. So, okay, let me use it. Hello, how are you? Above string. Hello is one string, comma, and one more string is how are you? So here string, I mean, what we are specifying that this is one element and this is another element. As we know that the list concept, list has been started here and ended here. And this is the first element in the list and this is the second element. Like that, you can pass it to multiple elements of the strings which you would like to join that. So if you would like to print this one, let me print it. Otherwise, we don't get that output, right? If you would like to print this. Now you see this, we got it. Hello, how are you? So if I comment this one, then we'll get that more clarity. Yes, hello, how are you? So this is join function also, which is going to help with that. But to the join function, what you need to pass it? List of strings. The strings which you would like to, suppose I have that one more string. Hello, how are you? What are you doing? So what are the string elements which I have that I can specify this in this list. That list I can use it to join all the strings. Yes, you see that now we got it. Hello, how are you? What are you doing? So this is a join function. Yeah, whenever we are reading that Excel sheet files data, so one row, second row, third row. So if you'd like to concatenate the strings, then we use it this join function. So you can specify that as a list elements, or I can use it this approach also. The print dot join, and already we have the str1 and str2, right? I can pass it as a list of elements. First one is str1 and second one is str2. Like that variables also I can pass it within this string. I mean within this join function. Now, hello, how are you? Yeah, already you have those like a string variables, and that variables also you can pass it and you can concatenate it. Or you can use it the plus notation also, but some cases is the plus notation. I mean, if you have this explicit strings, you can use it. But if you have this kind of the list like this, list of all elements, this is first element, this is second element, this is third element. Like that, you have that 100 elements in a list. Then how are you going to use the plus notation? That is not possible, right? Then you can use it join function. Are you clear on this function? About the join? Okay, so now let's move into that split function. One more the small function about it, that is a split. Suppose I have this string str2. If I apply that on this str2 dot, what is the function? Split. Yes, you can find that split function here. And if you see this, or if you run this function, now you see that it has been written that, see, this is the actually one string. How are you with three words. But whenever I'm splitting that, it has been splitted into that as a list. You see that? It is written as a list. List started and the list has been ended. And each word, so it is using that split option, space perimeter, as like, I mean, that is the space as a split character here. So it is using that, yes, this is the one word and this is another word and this is the third word. So that means in this list, how many elements are available? Can you give me that? What is the length of this list now? How many elements are available in this list? Everyone please respond it. I would like to see this about your understanding. Yeah, good. Yes, I'm getting that responses saying that good answer is correct answer. Yeah, so now this list contains 3 elements. No, not 24. So here you see that this is one string, one element, comma. This is the second element, comma. This is third element. But actually this str length, if you go for, suppose if I print length of this string str2 and if I run this, now we are getting the 12 characters it is there. But after splitting that, it is converting into the list. But now if I ask this, give me the length of this list, you see that there is a three elements in the list. Have understood the difference? This is before splitting. This is single element, single string. But after splitting, so what of the space parameter we have that? The space character. So each space that will be splitted. Now this is one string, this is another string, this is another string. Like that, a total 3 strings it is going to adding into the list. Interesting, right? Yeah, join is like what are like list elements which you have that list elements you are joining, list of elements you are joining that with join function. Split is single string you are converting into the list of all elements on the basis of the words which are available. Suppose this string contains like 100 words. Then what is the length of that list which is returning by the split function? If this string is having that 100 words, then if I apply that split on this string, then split is returning that list, right? That list, how many elements it is going to have it? Yes, good. What is that value? That is 100, it is going to return that list length. Okay, fine. So these are all the two more functions. Join, yes, list of elements you can join as a single string. That is one thing which we're talking about. And second one which we're trying to understand, let me remove that. They're all for whatever reference. Yeah, split is converting that string into the list, and join is converting that list into the string. So list of all elements into that one string, that is join, and split is converting that so string into that list. Are you clear about these two functions? Joining, splitting, and now let's move into that sorting. How do you sort the elements which are there in the string? Let me comment that. Okay, now we are going to talk about that sorting. Suppose let me take this one list, that is list of all the names, and first string is something names of that. Okay, or like let me take the fruits. Orange, the banana, or apple. Okay, so there are like a list of all the string elements. So fruits. Now, what is the fruits data type? Can anyone can you say that? What is the fruits data type? Is it a list or is it a string? Which one? Yes, correct. 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 That is wrong. So it is not a string. So here you see that we are assigning that the value to this variable with the square brackets. Square brackets represents list. But this list contains, this is string 1, string 2, string 3. 3 strings are available. So now fruits is a variable. What is the data type? How to get that data type? Suppose you don't know that the fruits data type, but you need to get that. What is the type of this, the fruits? How to get it? You can use type of function. You can use type function. So now, so this fruits, what is the data type? This is the list data type. Or suppose if I pass it str1, what is this data type? What is the data type? That's one. Yes, you see that is returning that string. Yeah, you can get it. So if you have this variable, that variable which data type by using that type. Now here we have defined that fruits is the list data type. Okay, fine. But how I can sort it off it? Yeah, so here, let me define that. fruits which has been sorted. So what the function that we can use it is, we have that sorted of, so this is the function which we have thus, and you can specify that, or you can pass it fruits. And what it is going to print in that. What is the value you are expecting that? Can you give me that? This print, what it is going to printing now? Now here, if you observe that sorted method I am using, but this is not the function from the list, right? I'm not using that fruits dot. I'm not using that fruits dot sort. If I use it fruits dot sort, then I'm using that fruits is the data type that is a list. List related function I'm using that. List is the class, right? That class is having the function sort. That function we are using that. But here we are not using that list related function. We are using that direct method. So this is the built-in method. Built-ins method that is a sorted. Okay, so now what's going to happen? Now, what the value it is going to have this variable fruit sorted? What is the value it is going to have it after sorting that? Yes. So apple, banana, orange. Yes, it is using that alphabets based the first index number which is having that. These are all like internally how it is going to use it. How it is going to comparing that which one is greater than or which one is the less than in the strings. It is going to use it internally. ASCII characters. Yesterday we are talking about it. So A, B, O. Yes, order based anyway. These are all like a small. Suppose if I change it like O is the caps. Or instead of the O, B is the caps. Then what's going to happen that? Now you see this banana has been given that as a in the sorted first the index number. But actually apple is the first it has to come, right? A is the first letter. If you compare the first three index numbers, three elements related to first index number. So this is having the B, this is having that A, this is having that O. But why it is got that banana is the first?
Because ASCII value of capital B is less than that small a.
Good. Now let me try to print it. Let's observe that how to get that ASCII values of that one is you can use that odd function. And suppose if I say that character B, what is the ASCII value of this character B? So what is that ASCII value of character that is A, small a? If you just try to observe that these two, then we will get that clarity. Now B is having that 66 ASCII value and A is having that 97. Then which one is a small? B is a small. That's why it is written that banana is in the first one. It is ascending order. Suppose if I change that O to that caps O, then what we are going to get it that? What is the sorted list now?
Banana, orange, apple.
Banana, orange, and apple. Yes. As like caps letters are going to have that starting from the 65 to next 26 the digits. 65 to next 26. After that, Small letters are starting from the 97 to next 26. So caps letters will be given that high priority. That means lower order. Then happily it comes to that. Because if I try to print that caps O, what is this number of that? The ASCII character for caps O. That is 79. Yeah, 66, 79, 97. On the base of that, it has been sorted out. So whenever you are working this on the strings, especially sorting, remember that ASCII characters based, not on that, okay, A is that is the first one, and next B, next to O, no. Show the case sensitive. Python is a case sensitive language. The caps P is different, small p is different. Suppose if I add it here, two more elements, that is a Python, and same one more with the P small letter. So the difference here it is P caps and P small. Now if I run it that, now you see this, the first caps letters has been given that the first priority. Then small letters, it comes to that. Small letters, yes, A is 97, then 97, 98, 99 like that. P character, which comes the next. Then Python, small P related Python, it has been printed. Are you clear about that sorting option? How it is working internally, the sorting? So ORD is the function to get it that particular character ASCII value. Suppose as we have that list itself is having the sort function, right? Let me use it here directly. Fruits is a list data type. The data type itself is having that one function. What is that function? Sort function. If I use it, this sort function, what's going to happen that? So here we are using sorted method, which is inbuilt one. But now we are using this class. Which class? List class. That class related function we are using, that is a sort. Now, what's happened? Why it is saying that fruits is a none? You see that you got it, the different output. It is saying this none. Let me comment these three prints. You can use it control forward slash to comment that, or uncomment control the same forward slash. Control plus forward slash. Now, fruit sorted, yes. Are we getting that? If I run this, yes, fruit sorted, we are getting that. But fruits is saying that's none. What's happened? That means all the elements, whatever we have in this fruits list, it has been assigned, it has been sorted, and it has been assigned to this new list. Now, this list is empty. Fruits is nothing. It is not having anything. That means sorted method, if you directly use it, it is going to create one more list and it is deleting that elements of the existing list. But if I use it, so let's comment this. And now if I use it this, the fruits dot sort, sorry, what's happened? Okay, it should get it, just a minute. me apply that. Root start sort, and then let me try to print it. Instead of directly saying that. Yeah, so now if you see this, like the fruits dot sort is the same output we got it, but the difference it is within the same list, it is trying to do the sorting of it. So within the same list, yes, the list is not changed, but it is going to use the same list. That list has been sorted out, and the sorted out list we are trying to getting that. But if you use the fruit sorted, this method, so it is cloning about that this list into the new list, and a new list will be generated with the sorted elements. So here, how many lists it is managing that? Two lists it is storing that. One list is the fruits, second list is fruit sorted. So in internal memory consumption wise, if you just observe that, if you're going to use it this sorted method, you need to have that the two lists. One is actual one, second one is sorted one. But if you use it directly on this the list about this sort, only one list internally is going to manage that. You don't need that two lists here. Is it clear about this? Sorted method and sort function. It is simple. What it is doing is, let me comment this. So it is going to manage the two lists. One is actual one or original, and the second one is cloned one. So the sorted function is going to use that the internally two lists that is required. But if you use it directly the sort, the only with one list you can manage that sorting the elements. That is about sorted method and the sort function. Are you clear about this? About these three functions: joining a strings, splitting a string, sorting a string. Joining string, so you can take that list of all elements and you can join that as a one string. That is joining. Multiple elements of the list, you can take it and you can join it as a single string. Split is, you can take that one string and you can split into list of elements. That means how is that one element in a list? R is another element in a list. U is another element in a list. So string to convert the list, you can use a split. But you have the list of all elements. If you like to join that as a single string, you can use the join. And finally, sorting. Sorting, it is going to use it internally ASCII characters. You can use it directly on the list itself sort function, or we have that sorted method, but sorted method is going to returning that new list sorted one. The new list it is going to return that. This is the actual one and this is the sorted one. Yeah, so that's about sorting options. And yes, what we can say, the joining, splitting, slicing, methods, indexing. Are you clear now? All these points? Type that CLR quickly to talk it two more points on this string. Then we'll conclude this string data type. Everyone would like to see that. How many of you are okay with that? Okay, so let's move into this next. Let me create one more Python script file. This is for the string format. This is one more important function which we should know that. This is also string function. Suppose I have this string like this, sentence is equal to, I would like to print the string statement like this. What is that? The sum of 10 plus 15 is equal to 25. Print sentence. Okay. So this is the string statement, and I would like to print this one. But here, if you observe that, now I have hard coded that's 10 value, 15 value, and 25. These are three in this string, right? I have hard coded. And if I would like to change this one, suppose something 25 plus 15. I need to change like this in the string. Then I will get that output. But I would like to pass these values dynamically. I don't want to modify this within this string. But without editing directly this string, I would like to pass the arguments to this string, dynamic arguments. So 25, I don't want to hard code it. I would like to pass the 25 dynamically, maybe 25 or maybe another one. Plus operation, that is fine. Next, second operand, 15. I would like to pass dynamically. And this calculation also I would like to pass dynamically. So within the string, how you can pass the dynamic values. If you'd like to perform arithmetic operator, okay, that is a different story. I'm not talking about it. Arithmetic operation here. I'm talking about it. String. There is a possibility having that passing this dynamic values to the string. So how you can do that is you can use it one more function, that is a format. But string format is expecting that arguments. You see that? Arguments. So what are those arguments? Now what I would like to pass it? 25 I would like to pass it. This is one argument to this string. I would like to pass it. This is one argument. 15 is another argument. And what is it like a third argument? This one. So now I'm passing this, what are like arguments that is required to this string in the format function. Through the format, I'm injecting these arguments to this string. But how do I read it? These are three arguments. How do I read it? These are three strings, three arguments within this string. So this is the first argument. This is second argument. This is third argument. Now these three arguments, I need to read it and I need to replace it here. So first argument, how do we read it is, here you need to have the first argument, right? You can use it, double curly braces, and first argument is 0 index number. And what about the second argument? What is the index number? 1. What is the next argument? 2. Now, whatever the arguments I'm passing, that those arguments you can read it within a string. Now, if you go for that, I will get the same output, but I didn't hard code within my string. Suppose I would like to change this one to 10 plus 15. So simple in this format function, I will change it 10, 15. What is the value? 25. Just if I run that, then that will be replaced within the string, right? Dynamically. Are you clear about that? So Within the string, if you like to pass the dynamic values, how you can pass to those dynamic values to the string? This will be helpful, especially in the print statements. Suppose if I change this order, what's going to happen that? If I specify the 2 here, and if I specify that 1 here, what is the value are you going to get it? Can I change it like this? We can change it, but output will be different, right? Now, 0th question 10 is replaced here. You see this 10 is replaced here. Second argument, that means third argument, whatever you are passing, that is replaced here. Yes, 10 plus 25. And here, second argument, whatever you are passing, that is replaced here. That is 15. But that is wrong, right? Calculation wise is wrong, but syntax wise, no issues. So you need to properly read the arguments within the string. Is it clear the value of the format function? Now this format, you can use it within this. Suppose here you have defined the string, and here you can use the format and you can pass it. So I constructed the string like this, and I need to pass the dynamic values here. Yes, whenever I am going to use that string, I can use the format and I can pass that dynamic values to this string. You see that we're getting the same output. But if I remove that one argument, suppose if I pass it only 2 arguments, but this string is expecting how many arguments? This string is expecting how many arguments, how many dynamic arguments? Type everyone this answer. The string is expecting how many dynamic arguments? 1, 2, 3. But to this string, how many dynamic arguments you are passing that? We are passing only 2. Then what's going to happen that? What is the output that is going to have it if I run this program now? So this string is expecting 3 arguments, but you are passing this in this format only 2 arguments. You see that replacement index 2 out of range. Index out of range. You are reading the 2, but you are not getting the 2. You are getting that only 0 and 1. Always index, if you talk it, that starts from the 0. Here 2 arguments is nothing but in the index format, that is a 0 and a 1 only, right? But this string is expecting 2 also, but you didn't pass that third argument. That's what he's saying, that index 2, whatever you are using in this string, that is out of range. So you need to make sure that the string, whatever the arguments it is expecting, those number of arguments you need to pass it. Otherwise, you are going to get exception. Are you clear about this format function? One of the beautiful. Okay, so good. So let's move into this next one. The last but not the least, one more concept which we should understand from the string. String, is it a mutable or immutable? Anyone, can you give that answer? So what is a mutable and what is immutable, first of all? String is a mutable or immutable? What do you know about this? Suppose we have that like str1 equal to a, b, c, d, e, f, g, something I have defined. Okay, this is a string one. But in the a place, I would like to replace one. How do I replace that one? How do we read it? The first position, first character, we know that with a string. And if I say that's 0, what it is going to give this? What is the value it is going to return it? So from this string, 0th index number, we are reading that. What it is going to return? A value. But this a value, I would like to replace with 1. That means I would like to assign it. This 0th index number, I would like to assign with 1. So 0th index number, that is a, I would like to replace with 1. Now if I try to print str, the string, what we are going to get it? Can you give me that output? This is the string. And in the 0th index number, we are assigning this 1. Then what is the value we are going to have it finally to the string? Is it 1, B, C, D, E, F, G? Or is it A, B, C, D, F, G? A will be replaced with 1 or not, simple. So if you try to run this program, you see this, it is returning error. So string 1 of 0 equal to 1, str object does not support item assignment. You cannot assign the value to the string. That's why this string is, once it has been created, it is immutable. You cannot change it that. This is immutable. You cannot assign like this. You cannot change the value of the string once it is defined. But if you'd like to change it to this one, what I can do that? What I need to do? Can you give me that answer? But my requirement is I need to replace this string with within this string, A should be replaced with 1. What I need to do? Str replace. Okay. But to replace, instead of using that replace method, can you do that any other way? Your requirement is that A has to be replaced with 1. But string is immutable. Directly, you cannot do like this assignment. This is especially applicable string. Remember that. But if you talk with the list is immutable. You can change it. List is mutable, but we are talking here string. String is immutable. You cannot change once it is defined. But how I can do that now? If you observe that, I can reassign like this, right? Can I reassign like this? Now I got it. Why you are too much thinking about it? But particular index number, you cannot change it. But entire string, you can change it. But do you have any other approach? Can you guess that? This is one approach. This is one approach. Yes, good. But do you have any other approach? Think it of the previous concepts which we discussed on the string. Maybe substrings, if you talk about it, okay, let me just give that answer. So we can use it. Suppose one, I would like to append this concatenation, that string, but to the previous string, which string I need to get it from this previous string? I need to get it B, C, D, E, F, G. A has to be removed. How do I remove that? I can use the slicing concept, right? So if I say the starting position 1, if I say the starting position 0, that starts from A, B, C, D, F, G. But I need that starting position from 1 and until the end of the length of the string. Now what is the output we are going to get it? So this will be appended 1. And from this str1, we are taking that index number 1, that is from here B, and the length of the end of the string up to this. That means this string will be replaced here and that will be appended with 1. What is the value we are going to get it? You see the same output we got it, right? 1 B, C, D, F, G. Either you can use it this approach, okay, fine. It's no issues. But if you would like to replace in the middle of the strings, then you can use it. Slicing concepts, and you can get the substring and you can append to the substring. But the point, I mean, this is the best approach and recommended simple approach. But understand that string is, once it is defined, that the characters you cannot change it directly with the index numbers. So you cannot reassign that with the index number. But you can reassign the sentence string like this. Or you can use it to string slicing concepts. And you can append the strings or you can remove the strings. Is it clear about that? String immutability. This is about format function. Format function is going to helpful dynamically to pass the values to the strings during runtime. And this section we are talking about it. String is immutable. So once it is defined, the characters, you cannot change it directly with index numbers, but you can reassign the string, or you can use it slicing concepts to add the characters or to remove the characters in the particular position. Yeah, so these are all the points that belong to the string concepts. Are you clear about this? Type that if you're good with this string data type, the CLR in the chat window. Everyone, I would like to see that how many of you are good with this. How the classes are interesting this one? Because these are all like standards. These are all very, very important. Any programming, if you go for that, they're all like very, very important. Variables understanding, data types understanding. especially if you are working this on the Python and next data model level. So you should know that substrings getting that, full strings, concatenation, joins, splits. They're all very, very important functions. And next data types, we are going to talking about it, data related data types. That is managing that huge amount of the data. That is list, tuple, set, dictionary. If you know these functions, same functions, you can use it on the basis of the mutable or immutable. That's all. The slicing concepts, whatever we are talking that, the slicing concepts are, you see that we are applying this in the list. Directly, we are talking about the list data type. But string, we are applying that. String is sequence of the characters. All the sequence of the characters, internally it is managing that as a list. But tomorrow, whenever we are talking that list, instead of talking about the sequence of the characters, we talk it about that list of all the elements like this. This is one element, this is another element, this is another element. Yes, there are all the three elements which are there in the string, in this list. But this list contains string objects. Yeah, the same like slicing concepts and yeah, append, pop, some other functions also available. So how do we add that elements, remove that elements to the list? That is, we'll talk it that on the list. But they're all very, very important on the data modeling. Which module, next modules and import options we are going to talk it. Whether you are going to, I mean, if you are going to work for the web development, you are going to use it, the frameworks like a Django or a Flask, these frameworks. Or if you are going to work with that like machine learning related the functions, then you are going to work with that, the TensorFlow or the Spark, these kind of the modules, Python modules, you are going to use it. But finally, internally, string data types, list data types, all these are all the during the data processing point of view, you should know all these data types very clearly. Okay, so that's about for today on this string. And tomorrow we start about the list data type. So before going to wind up today, so any queries, questions, please let me know. Yeah, in the Python classes itself, I'm going to give that all the resources. Yes, here you see that's yesterday like string data type. So those Python script files I have attached here. You can try to get these Python script files from here itself. And today, whatever we discussed, I'll try to update in that Python string data type. I mean, this is one and the second. On the string data type also we discussed today also, right? So string data type, second, I'll give it. And these today resources, I will attach that in that video. Yeah, sorted, if you need that information, you're asking us sorting once more time. Okay, the sorting is simple. Two functions are available on the sorting side. One is direct built-in function, which is available from the Python, because you see that here we didn't use it any class here. Here we didn't use it any class. That means there is no dot representation. Directly we use this method. Suppose print also we are using. Directly we are using the print method. Print is inbuilt function. Like that, sorted is also one more inbuilt function. But when you can use it, this sorted function is this built-in function. So original one, as it is, it should be there. Original, the list, it should be as it is there. But you need to have that, the one more sorted list. One more list. which is a sorted one. Original will be as it is, and so sorted one, you need to get into that as another list. Then you can use it the sorted function. It is like as a cloning. One is original, second one is with a sorted one. But on the same list, my elements, I would like to sort it out it. So all the elements in that list, I would like to sort it. Then you can apply directly on this list sort function. So it is not going to generate one more list. So same list, it is rearranging that, and it is going to store it in the memory with the same variable. Variable reference is the same, but it is a sorting that all the elements, sorted elements will be stored in the memory. But here it is going to use it two lists. One is actual one, second one is sorted one. That is the difference. Is it clear? Okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so that's all from my side. So today, so we'll wind up for today, and tomorrow we'll continue with the important next data types are the very, very important. If you would like to get the job on the Python, you should know all these data types. Yes, if you mention in your resume Python, and if you would like to face the interview on the Python, you should know next to data types. The string is also very important. String, integer, but integer direct straightforward, like arithmetic operations, bitwise operations, we are talking that. Logical and logical or exclusive or, and plus minus modulus. Okay, let me try to give that one small assignment. Sorry for that. Everyone is there, right? Okay, so let me give that on this one assignment. Okay, so this is on the string, right? Okay, the list. Okay, no problem. I'll give it that tomorrow. Don't worry. So today practice about it, all these things. Tomorrow I will give that one small assignment on the list with the string combination, both combination. Because still we didn't discuss this list. I thought it to complete that some list activities also, but string itself has been taken this some time. Okay, fine. Tomorrow I'll give that one small assignment on string with the lists. So one kind of like interview questions they were asking that. So how do you solve that? The puzzle, we'll see that. We'll talk it that's tomorrow. Yeah, thank you all. So that's all from my side. So practice about it and note it all the functions in one place. And yeah, the string format is one function which you are understanding. Sort is another function. Split is another function. Join is another function. And yesterday we were talking that lowercase or uppercase is numeric or is digit is alphanumeric. So those some methods and string slicing concepts. Yeah, slicing is the three arguments. One is the start index. Second one is end index with exclusive you need to specify. And the third argument is increment. But how do we differentiate it is colon. Colon is the separator. That is slicing concept. Next, indexing. So how the string is getting, string characters are storing in the string. Sequence of the characters which starts from the 0th index number and 0 to n minus 1. And a reverse option also you can use it. That is a negative number. Overall, that's the concept. So refer these files and write about your own running notes. Here's what are the methods or functions which we discussed. Just as a high level overview. That's you need to practice it. That's you need to write it while practicing. Good. Thank you all. So we'll meet tomorrow and we'll continue.